Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, May 9th, 2012. Media reports in the U.S. are indicating that the CIA managed to discover that bomb plot in Yemen because they had an agent in place on the inside who actually was one of the proposed suicide bombers. Very interesting reading. Meanwhile, today in Indonesia, there was a plane crash. This time it's a Russian plane. Their brand new Sukhoi Superjet 100 is on an Asian victory lap tour trying to entice buyers to purchase the plane. The plane went down with at least 44 people on board after taking off from the Indonesian capital of Jakarta. It was on a demonstration flight for potential buyers. It had Indonesian businessmen and Russian embassy personnel on board. It was a brand new plane from Russia, according to media reports. They had just come into Indonesia yesterday, took people on a test flight earlier in the day today. That went fine. This is a new passenger plane built in Russia in a bid to lift its civil aviation industry from a post-Soviet crisis. So it had been in Kazakhstan and Pakistan, and it was due to go on to Lagos and Vietnam, but it is down. Back from the dead, you have to give credit where it's due. Dennis Kessler and SCOR, the big French insurance and reinsurance company in Paris, they've been upgraded by Moody's to A1. Can't do much better than that. That's on the back of strong financial flexibility, business diversification, good capitalization, and conservative investment portfolios. Moody's said that SCOR's return on capital since 2007 had been 8.4%. Congratulations to them. Yesterday, some news came out of the Insurance Insider Conference in New York. Apparently, the state-backed Florida insurer Citizens is also increasing the purchase of reinsurance up to $750 million of limit. This is after they've just purchased a massive cat bond for the same amount of money. Citizens CFO Sharon Binnen revealed that after a board meeting earlier today, she had been approved to work with Guy Carpenter and Willis to place $750 million of traditional reinsurance cover. It had struck me that the $750 million for the cat bond, if that was all they were going to do, was pretty light for Florida. Tokyo Marine is still suffering effects from the Thai floods. They've added another $250 million to its expected total net loss reserves for the year. It's amended its forecast now for the second time. They're up to $1.63 billion from the flood. Bermudian insurer XL announced net income of $177 million for the first quarter, quite a difference from losing $227 million for the same period last year. They saw a 10% plus jump in gross written premium, mainly attributable to its North American insurance operations. Bad news yesterday for Maurice Greenberg, the former head of AIG. He lost an appeal seeking a dismissal of a lawsuit alleging a fraudulent transaction with Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. This is still going on. It was brought initially by Elliot Spitzer when he was the Attorney General of New York back in 2005. But the appeals court said that the trial should go ahead because evidence presents triable issues of fact as to whether the defendant knew of or participated in the fraudulent aspects of the alleged scheme. A deadly fire swept through a department store in the southern island of Mindanao in the Philippines this morning, killing 17 people. They were mainly store employees who were sleeping. It's common in the Philippines for people who work on low-paid jobs to sleep at their place of work. The Berlin's new airport, which is going to replace Tegel Field, which is in downtown Berlin. The new airport is called Berlin-Brandenburg Willy Brandt Airport, named after the former German chancellor and Berlin mayor. It's not going to open on June 3rd as planned. It's probably not going to open now until September. The $3.3 billion airport is apparently facing difficulties on a system that removes smoke in case of a fire. This is obviously throwing Lufthansa and Air Berlin into big scheduling problems. And if you're flying in the U.S., you might want to be aware of the special counsel to the Federal Aviation Administration who conducted an examination and discovered that air traffic controllers in New York are sleeping, playing video games, and going home early. Planes bound for Teterboro Airport, which is a big private jet airport in the New York suburbs, are hitting wake turbulence from big commercial airliners going into Newark. Unauthorized planes have been found entering U.S. airspace, and bad instruments and inconsistent rules are jumbling efforts to land planes at busy airport, leading to near catastrophic near misses in airports that have dual runways. The FAA is investigating. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.